Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I, Corey Graves, Renee Young, and Paulie Dangerously here, filling in for Wade Bear because we don't know where he's at. He went missing, and we can't seek him. We looked everywhere in this room. We looked at the bookshelf, the book stand over there. You can see some of it. We looked in the bin, the white bin's not there. We looked in the red bin with the top. He's missing. He went missing somewhere in this bedroom. We don't know where he's at. So, well, you know that happens a lot, Paulie Dangerously says. Someone puts a doll somewhere, and then something happens, and then they go missing. You know, that happened to, that happened to Aiden English. So now it happened to Wade Barrett, and that's sad. Hopefully we can seek where he's at, so hopefully he'll be here next week. If not, then I guess I'm doing it full time. Well, that sucks when you don't know where a dolls went to or it got missteaded to, but that seems to happen a lot here in the toy wrestling gathering. And Corey Graves says, no, Renee Young said he's not downstairs because we didn't put him downstairs. He's been upstairs in this bedroom. We never took him out of this room, so we don't know where he went. And we don't got all the time in the world to look around for it. You know, look for him. We don't got all the time in the world to look for him, so we're sorry that I'm going to have to be filling in for him. Well, looks like I'm going to be filling in for him, Paulie Dangerously says. Isn't that sad? Well, now we got Keith Lee coming to the ring now. Alright, Keith Lee says, it seems to mean that a lot of toys are going missing, or I can't stand up. It seems a lot of toys are going missing. You know, first it happened to The Miz, it happened to Aiden English, now Wade Barrett's gone missing. And if I say that I want to have a match for the hard middle winnings here today, luck will be that Autolycus went missing. So I probably won't get a match with him at all. Yeah, Autolycus went missing too. Yeah, fuck. Well, then Autolycus is now missing too. How the fuck does that happen? Like, I want to know how that happens. Keith Lee, I do not know how it happens. I don't know how it happens, Astronomer says. You put a doll somewhere, you know where it's at, and then it just goes missing. Yeah, first it happened to The Miz, then it happened to Aiden English, now Wade Barrett and Autolycus are now missing now. So it looks like we're going to have to yield up the hard middle winnings. However, that doesn't mean that we're just going to give it to you. You are going to have to wrestle someone for it. It's a curse of the toy wrestling gathering for dolls to go missing, even when you know where you put them at. So, sadly, you're going to have to wrestle someone, you know, for the yielded out TWF hard middle winnings. So, but luckily we have someone that didn't get lost. So today, Keith Lee, you're going to be wrestling Ashley Williams, who is going, and whoever wins is going to be the TWF hard middle fighter, Astronomer says. And hopefully we can seek where Wade Barrett went. And hopefully we can seek where Autolycus went. Because we forget where we put them. But they're not where we put them at. Yeah, Ecliptor said it sucks It's the curse of the toy wrestling gathering, is that you have all these bins. You have those bookshelf, the book stand over there. You'd think you'd think the Wade Barrett would be in any one of those stands, but he's not. You'd think he'd be in the bin with the red top on it. He's not. And Autolycus is missing too, so yeah, you get to fight Ashley Williams now. So Astronema says, so Ecliptor says, we have to keep out. We got to keep looking for Wade Barrett. We don't know where he went to. Autolycus is also missing too, so that means you don't get the strap anymore. Well, Ecliptor says, sadly, Astronema says, that means it's going to be Ashley J. Williams fighting Keith Lee for the TWF Hard Middle Winnings, and this match starts now. Well, no one knows how dolls go missing, or how they get missteaded, or go somewhere, or be steaded somewhere, you know. Here we go. Fuck. Get out of the way. Well, no one really knows. Alright, this match is for the TWF Hard Middle Winnings. First, he is Keith Lee, and he is Ashley J. Williams. Ding. Well, first off, Corey Graves says, hopefully we seek Wade Barrett. We do not know where we put him at. He's nowhere in this room that we know of. And right now, Keith Lee just body slammed it. Ashley Williams. How do you think that happens, Renee Young says. I know we should be thinking about the Ashley Williams Keith Lee match for the Hard Middle Winnings, which doesn't really seem to have, you know, any weapons. Well, don't worry about that one, Paulie Dangerously says. I did Smackdown in the past, filling in for Taz from time to time, and 2001 YL, so I know how it's like. Oh! Keith Lee just hit Autolycus and hit Ashley Williams in the head with that box, and then just slammed him on it. And Keith Lee would like to be the TWF Hard Middle Fighter, and he just missed. And hopefully we'll know where Wade Barrett went, so you won't be having to do this full time. No, you know. But how could someone miss that at all? Just like, how did Keith Lee not miss that case going head? How did he not get out of the way at that case being hit at him? Paulie Dangerously says. I don't know, Corey Graves said. It's like asking where did Autolycus go and where did Wade Barrett go? No one knows. It's not like the last Friday Night Smackdown film is going to show us where we put him at. Corey Graves says. I guess not, Renee Young says. Is Ashley Williams going to beat Keith Lee here today on Friday Night Smackdown, giving to Ashley Williams being one of the many cells that Bruce Kendall played? 1, 2, and only a kick out. Well, if he does win it, Corey Graves said, it would just be him shifting from one self to another self. Oh! And he just slammed him right on that case. And then hit him in the head with that case too. Looks like Keith Lee he's going to become the TWF Hard Middle Fighter, Corey Graves says. Paulie Dangerously said, I've seen things like this happen in ECW. Well, and a lot of folks might say that ZCW, XPW, and ECW, and GWF have gotten the ECW, beat. But no, if I start to think of it, no, they don't. So anyway, then, oh, and that's it, Paulie dangerously said. It's over. Well, we'll see, Corey Graves says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner. And the new TWF hard middle fighter, Keith Lee. Now, some folks out there might say that Autolycus going missing was a good thing, because then we wouldn't have had this match. Only instead of it being Keith Lee fighting Ashley J. Williams, it would have been Keith Lee fighting Autolycus. And who knows how that match would have gone down, Wade Barrett says. Gone down, Corey Graves says. Well, I can tell you one thing, Renee Young says. Wade Barrett went missing, and if he shows up, great, he'll be here next week. If not, then Paulie Dangerously is going to be filling in for him until we can get him. It sucks that it happened, but sadly it did. Yeah, I can tell you, yeah. Well, Paulie Dangerously says, I hope that we get Wade Barrett back next week. But anyway, Keith Lee beating Ashley Williams, it was a good match. Each man hit each other with that case, I guess you call it a box. I don't know what you would call it. But, so it was a good match. Since we thought it was a good one, I did. Alright. Maybe it wasn't hard middle or upmost, like ECW would have done. Now between 92 out of 101 YL. And it might not be up to the standards of XPW or ZCW in the way they do it. Or GCW. But I still thought it was a good hard middle match. Well, that's good to know, Paulie Dangerously. We want to say thank you for filling in for Wade Barrett. And if we do get Wade Barrett, he'll be here next week. If not, Paulie Dangerously will be filling in again until we can seek where he's at, Corey Graves says. Well, hopefully, Renee Young says, hopefully we can seek him, because we know he's somewhere in this room. Well, we got to ship everything over now to Jonathan Coachman now. Thank you, Corey Graves and Renee Young. I'm going to be talking with the new TWF hard middle fighter, Keith Lee. Alright, Keith Lee, I know that you thought you were going to be fighting Autolycus, but instead you were fighting Ashley J. Williams. Well, I've been fighting Autolycus who went missing, and I hope they seek Autolycus. Anyway, yes, I was fighting Ashley J. Williams, another one of those Bruce Kimball cells. And at the end of the day, it's sad that Wade Barrett and Autolycus both went missing. I hope both of them are seeked. So, anyway, I had a great match with Ashley J. Williams, and I'm now the TWF hard middle fighter. And I know some folks might scathe it and say, all you did was hit him with a lamp, box over and over again. Yeah, well, it happened to be the weapon we had, and we just grabbed one out. Back in the day, we used to hit folks with those Jack doll stands and Mattel doll stands, right? So, anyway, I wish that they could seek Autolycus, and if Autolycus is seeked, great, I will give him a match. I hope we seek Wade Barrett too. But anyway, I'm truly happy to be the TWF hard middle fighter, and I'm open up to all dares. Well, that's my talk with Keith Lee. Back to you, Corey Graves and Renee Young. Well, thank you, Jonathan Coachman, for talking with talking with Keith Lee here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And that is all the time we got here for Friday Night Smackdown. I, Corey Graves, Renee Young, and Paulie Dangerously. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Rampage or Ram Proof.